Okay.
What's going on, beautiful royal family? All praises to the Most High God of Israel.
2,
family,
1.
It is that
Shalom
time of year
Israel,
where
giving
we start
honor and
preparing
praise
for
to the
our
Most High God for the
2025
reading
royal
and the
gathering season,
understanding
and
of
we
His word.
want to
And
bring
family,
this live from the city of
king,
Chicago,
every queen,
Illinois.
every
So,
prince,
family,
and
please, this is the time
princess,
that I
wanna
reach out
wish
to you
a
so that
wonderful,
we can
magnificent
prepare
Sabbath. And once again,
making
thank you for
our
bringing us in
donations
with your
to
brother
make
this
this
week. And family, I want to
possible
thank each
and
and
to
every
get
last
our
one of
family,
you
the
that have
royal family,
contributed to the gathering and will contribute to the gathering.
And
remember,
keep the
we are
ordinance
not at
of the
our
Most High
number
God
yet,
of Israel.
but we
So,
will
family,
get there.
the
We will definitely
link
get there. But I just want to
will
make
be
sure
in the
that I say
description
to
of
each
this
and every
video
last one
below,
of you that
and you
have
can begin
contributed,
making your
thank you
donations
so
there.
much. Thank
And
you
family,
for
I
not
want to
hardening your
thank
hearts
each and
when it
every
comes
last one of you
to
for making it
opening
possible.
that
I want to
hand
thank each and
and
every last one of you
contributing to our
that
family.
made it
I wanna make
possible
this
last
statement
year
here. I
and
wanna say
every
this.
year before. And as
Many
y'all see, when we
our
donate,
people,
the money goes
hear this word
exactly
every week,
where it is supposed to
receive the
go
benefit
for
from it,
us to bring
and
forth
don't
this
contribute.
royal gathering. And I
Now, our
cannot
Father
say it
made it
enough,
clear.
family.
He's like, yo, listen, for our
Thank you
brothers
so
and
much
sisters
for your donation.
that's bringing this word out, help and contribute. Now, I'm not on here every week with my finger on your chest asking y'all to pay for alms and doing all that. I don't do that. What I'm asking, I said, hey, you know what? Family, let's do this. Let's everybody collectively all chip in, put together a pot so that we can go to our royal gathering. It's not about me. It's not about me trying to make my bank account fat. It's no. We take those funds for the gathering and we give it to those where we can put our gathering on. That's what it's about. It's not about selfishness. Okay? So I just want to thank every last one of you that's contributing to make this possible so that our family can all get together. And I love you guys and thank you so much. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you so much for your donations. Now, family, oh my goodness, let me take a drink because it's going to be a ride tonight, baby. It is going to be a ride. You see that? Just as I say that, the train is coming by. One more. Those are not sound effects, baby. I'm telling you right now, right on time. Right on time. Oh, that was so great. Family, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha. Ooh, please. Let's go to our foundational text tonight. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16, because as we go through with this world, as we encounter these prophecies just lighting up, and we are actually seeing it with our very own eyes. The Father had a question. He had a question for his sons and his daughters in these last days. Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? God asked you a question. He said, are you with me or are you against me? Are you with me or are you against me? Now, you're going to have some people be like, oh man, he's just continuing to read that Old Testament nonsense. That's all they do. All the Israelites do. Them niggas sit up there and just read the Old Testament. So now what we're going to do, we're going to hop over to the New Testament. Please go over to Matthew 12 and verse 30. Everybody's Bible should be open. You should be following along. Matthew chapter 12 and verse 30, baby, watch this. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Do you see that? Old Testament, New Testament, New Testament, Old Testament. The Old Testament is the New Testament concealed, and the New Testament is the Old Testament revealed. So when you got them niggas talking about, oh, all I do is read the Old Testament right there, then you are dealing with a half a dumbass nigga. You understand that? That's what that is. That's what that's all about. And we not playing games in these last days. We are entirely too close. You can feel it. You can feel God's eyes on you. And if you can't, then that's a problem, because I'm telling you right now, I feel it. I feel it. I got a test last week. And when I tell you I felt the Father on me, oh my goodness gracious. He was watching. He was like, I dare you. I dare you. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and go. I'ma tear your ass up right now. When I tell you that feeling was on me because I was in a situation and the Father was like, I'm watching. And if you fail this test, I'ma bust your ass. That feeling is all over. You feel it. You feel it. Don't play with him. This ain't the time to be playing. I'm telling you right now, this is not the time to be playing. So now we're going to continue that. We're going to hit with these precepts, baby. I want you to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 5. The book of Isaiah, chapter 63 and verse 5. And let's see what that say. Watch. And I looked, and there was none to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. You understand that? You're going to have people that's around you. You're going to have people that is around you. They may have claimed to be in the truth. They may have convinced you that they are a righteous person. But what happens? The prophet Isaiah, we read about him just last week, remember? And remember, he's a prophet. He sees prophetic things, so he has prophetic speech. And he was like, I'm looking all around. I don't see none of these niggas around me. I have to do this on my own. I'm going to lift my own hand of salvation right now and bring it down on them. Right here. He said, I have to, and I'm going to do it in my wrath and fury. So I'm telling you right now, when you see me and any of these other brothers right now bringing out this truth and you watching that they cutting people off, you better pay attention. If you see how they move, you better move right along with them. The thing that is keeping you in guidance, who is staying in these scriptures, who is coming out the book, who is telling the people, keep God's commandments and do not astray. Do not astray away from keeping his commandments. Stay deadlocked, laser point, pinpoint, laser focus on those commandments. And that is it. That is it. Those are God's children. There is absolutely no confusion there whatsoever. Do you understand me? I'm looking directly at you. Yes, our eyes are locked. You understand what I am telling you. It is you and I, me and you and this word. And this word says you must keep God's commandments. If you don't, you're dead. Do you understand? Now that we got that, now that you know the position that you got to play, now you know what you got to be. Now that you know who you are, go to 1 John chapter 3, please. Now the fun begins. Oh, I gotta get ready for this one. Oh, baby. Ooh, it's about to get good, family. Oh, my Lord, it's about to get so good because now it's about revelation time. We are in the age of revelation, baby, and it is time that you get to know and see who you are. 1 John chapter 3. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. So now we're going to go backwards into Christianity. We're going to go ahead and start shedding off all the nonsense and BS and crap, because remember, they were talking about the sons of God were angels. No, they try to explain that with Genesis 6. You know why? They are unable to explain that because they don't know God. They don't know him. The sons of God is talking about us. Psalms 82 and 6. Us, our people, us. And there are a chosen people. There are many within Israel. Us, what I am hoping to be. one of that 144, one of the 12,000 from each tribe of that army of the Most High that will be a part of the government that is led by Yahushai. That is what we are fighting for. That is what it is. That is what it is. And then we will have our people that may not be a part of the 144, but they will still be in rulership because you will be a part of the kingdom. But just like anything, you have governments. First, you have your emperor. Then you have governments, and then you have the people. That is what our kingdom is going to be. And then everything outside of that is going to be the rest of the world. That's going to be theirs, but we will rule the world. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Y'all about to see just how real that is here in a second. Watch this. Verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God? And it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when we shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Now, we go back to the crucifixion. We go back to the time that Yahushua was here. Remember, when Yahushua came down, he came down looking like us in these mortal bodies. So you have to understand what that is like, what that must have been like for him to have to leave his body. And remember, we are in a disgraced form. For him to give up that heavenly estate and come down here and come inside this body that's full of pain and suffering and sores. We took on the bodies of these princes down here. That's Psalms 82. Y'all get it? Is it starting to make more sense to you now? So what is it saying? It's saying, hey, when we see him, we're going to be just like him. Now, of course, we can't stop there. Now, what we're going to have to do is go to the book of Esdras chapter 2. Yes, indeed. We got to go to the book of Esdras chapter 2 because we got to make sure we get the definition. We are going to get the vision. We are going to see just what it looks like. Yes, because there is. This is why you're going to know why right now they took Esdras out the Bible. Watch. Because it makes entirely too many connections. Please go down to 2nd Esdras chapter 2 and verse 41. Watch this, baby. Watch this. The number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. So we've talked about this even when it goes right back to the lesson of why is flat earth so important. Remember, I didn't bring that lesson out for a reason until these last days. And as we go back, remember when God set forth his voice, there were these creations and there were these people that he chose from the beginning. And now it's coming right back here. This is your destiny, baby. This is your destiny. You are who God created you to be. You are about to find out right now. You are about to find out that you are better than everybody else on the planet. You are about to find out that Deuteronomy 7:6 has a purpose. It means something, baby. You are about to find out that you are so much better than everybody else, that you are not a human being. You are about to find out that you are truly God's chosen, his chosen, his chosen. And if you do anything else other than keep his commandments, then you have disqualified yourself from this beauty that I am getting ready to bring out right now, baby. Watch this. Let's go down now to verse 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount of Sion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. So now remember last week we read the document of the CIA where they allowed this man to be able to astral project somewhere. So it's happening right here because Esdras is having the very same moment. He is astral projecting into a different place, into the future, into the time that we are living in right right now at this moment. And he is looking and looking, but he's more at the end. Remember in that document, they would turn the clicks. So now he's turning the clicks and he is looking at that destination, at that knot right there. And what he is seeing something wonderful. He is seeing the children of Israel, the children of Israel, and we are celebrating. We are singing songs. Verse 43. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So, with the 144 in Yahushai, he is the chief. He is the commander-in-chief. He is the governor, the general. He is the king. He is the tallest out of all the rest of us. We will shed this body. Oh, let me not go that far yet. Oh, not yet. We will shed this body. We will shed this here. Oh, just let me read. Oh, goodness gracious. But what did it say? He was setting crowns on their heads. That's why I said we are called the royal family for a reason, baby. And they was receiving the crowns, every last one of them, and they were exalted. They were exalted. Now, we read all throughout these scriptures that the Father said that we would be exalted over everybody else on this planet. And then it's happening. Ezra is having the vision. Ezra is having the vision. He's seeing this. He's seeing this the very same way that the CIA was able to see those things. So guess what? You can't play like, oh, one can do it and the other can't. You can't do that. Right here, verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered. So though, let me stop for a second. Let's expound on that, because now Ezra is looking and he's asking the angel. He said, what are these? Now, remember, he knows Yahushai, but Ezra's saying, what are these? So in other words, he's not looking at these ordinary human beings, because we're not human. We take our real form. We begged and pleaded with the Father through our unrighteousness and sin. He said, okay, I'm gonna make you just like them niggas. And now we look like them. Let me read that one more time. Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? Verse 45, he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, that's this crap that we're in right now, and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Now they are crowned and receive palms. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see that? You see, that's talking about us, the Israelites, us. In this mortal body. We don't belong in this body. This is not our true form. And the world knows that. The world knows that we are going to super scion about these bodies. And we are going to be some entirely different beings. The same beings that they saw in that report. Oh my goodness. Watch this. Verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? Now you got to remember, this is during the time before Yahushai got here. So they heard of the coming of Yahushai, and it's happening right now. They're speaking of it. Yahushai is here, you idiots! Who want to sit there and talk about Yahushai is not real. He wasn't in the Old Testament. He's right here, you dumb ass. So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. They began, I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Who will stand against me? Who will rise up against me? Who will stand? He said, who will stand against me? Remember he said that? Who will stand against me? Talking to our enemies. Then who will rise up with me? Who will rise up and stand up for me against these evildoers? Who's going to stand up for me? Who's going to stand up for me? It says right here, precept, precept, precept. I greatly commended them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people. Now the angel said, oh, tell my people, tell my people. The angel said, tell my people. Exclusive. Yeah, I know people getting mad at this. Yeah, you want to go ahead and try to bring everybody in the kingdom, nigga. That ain't happening. Oh, that ain't happening. This is exclusive. The mere mortal human can't even be a part of that. Verse 48. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy God thou hast seen. Astro projected, and he sent them back and said, go tell the people, just like what happened in the video of the, not the video, but the documents of the CIA. Yep. He went back and told all them niggas, you see how on one side in righteousness, the Father was able to do that with our people. And like, yo, go back and tell them. But on the other side, when it comes to evil, they were able to do the very same thing. And it's like, okay, now tell us what you know. Tell us what you know. And they didn't bring nothing out. Secrecy. That's evil. That is evil. That's why the Father told us, y'all better be wise in the things that they do. So now, that was one hell of a ride, wasn't it? Now, let's go back to 1 John chapter 3 and let's go back to verse 2. You see that? How we just went ahead and jumped there. We astro projected. Look at that. Verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear that what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So now you get it. Now you understand. Now it's completely clear. Verse 3, and every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. You understand that? You have to have in your mind, body, souls, like we talked last week. You got to love God with all your mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Now you see that has a meaning. You're not going to look like this. And you have to know, accept and understand that your body is going to change, that there will be a physical manifestation in you. You have to know that and believe it. If you don't believe it, then you are not pure. Do you understand that? I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it one more time, just in case you don't get it. And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure. You have to know and understand and believe that you are not what this world has said you are. You are not a human being. You are a God. You are a God. You are a God. And there is going to come a time, if you make it, that your body is going to change and the world is going to see you in your truest form. Because the form that you're in now is not it. There is no cancer. There is nothing that is going to be able to sustain you. Do you understand that? Nothing will. The elements of earth will not be able to deal with you. So much to the fact that we have to go into a kingdom where God's light is shining and live in that, because we cannot live in the elements of earth. Do you understand? That's why the Father is making it so clear right now. Hey, either you stand with me or you are against me. You stand with me or you are against me. So that standing right now is, are you going to accept the keys of the kingdom and come into the house? Or are you going to stay attached to people outside? And if you stay with them outside, you're going to live with them outside, which means you're going to die. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. All this little stuff is making sense now, right? Yeah. Though you better hope your lamp don't go out. Being attached to people and holding on to the little nook and crannies is gonna get your ass killed. I'm telling you right now, do not play with him. Verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Sin is the breaking of the law. Law breaking is sin. You break God's commandments, you're done. Verse 6, whosoever abideth in him sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, neither know him. So we know that many of us, every last one of us, have sinned. And then the Father came to us, he found us and gave us an option. He's like, all right, here it is. I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna dust you off. Okay. So now here it is. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. You can either do what I do right now, do what I tell you to do, and keep my commandments. There's gonna be times that you fall and stuff like that, but I'm gonna pick you up and dust you off. All right, get back on it, get back on it. But then there's gonna come a time that you gotta stop falling. There's gonna come a time where you gotta lock in, where I'm not gonna be picking you up and dusting you off anymore. So now y'all gotta ask yourself, what part are you at? Because that door is starting to close. Yep. Remember with Noah? Everybody thought Noah was out his mind. The hell are you building a boat for? What the hell is this? What is this for? Why? What is this? They physically saw. These people were able to physically see their protection right in front of them. And they ignored it. They called it crazy. And Noah just kept building. And what happened? The Father gave him instructions. Use this pitch and use this wood. Keep building, nigga. Keep building. And then what happened? What happened? A nigga was minding his business. Oh, Noah got him and his family and all of the clean and unclean animals up in that ark. Close that door. It had one window right there for for a dove, for a bird, for birds to come by. Yep. And then Noah closed the door on them. And y'all got to think about this here for a second. I really need y'all to think. That one brother who, I make the joke about that, felt it or whatnot, but that's not how it went down. Y'all got to think about that. The heavens were opened. The windows of heaven were opened. Do you understand? All the water that was behind the firmament came down. That's why things are fossilized. That is the evidence of things. They're finding animals, people that are like this. They're finding that. You know why? Because all that water came down at one time. A great pressure. Whoosh, boom! Nobody had it. Nobody had an opportunity. It was instant death. And then there were people that was just drowning and dying, and Noah looking out the window. All them niggas sitting there looking like, oh my God. Oh. Looking out that window. Oh my God. Look at this. Just looking. Crazy. It is craziness, man. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back. All right. Here we are. We are now at verse 7. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous. It's hot as hell. Let me take this off. I'll be turning off all the fans and everything so that, there's no noise or whatever. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot as hell. Damn. All right. But yeah, I do that for you. You see that? I'll be uncomfortable for y'all, but I can't be uncomfortable right now. It's hot. All right, here it is. Verse 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil. No, go back to verse 7. I want to read that again. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous. All right. So it's like, listen, don't be having people convince you that they're righteous when you know that they're sinful. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't be having people, because people wear their sin and they'll let you know, and God will show you that they are unrighteous. All right. Now let's go to verse 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil, for the devil sinneth from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. So Yahushua had a purpose. He was to come here to destroy the works of Satan. You understand that? And he did. And he completed it and went back home. And he gave us the power. He gave us the keys to the kingdom. Like, I beat that nigga for y'all. So, don't do what he do. Don't do it. Y'all don't got to get murked no more. Don't worry about having to kill the animals and all that stuff. I got it. And he took it and went back home. And now when he come back, we're going to be just like him. Not looking like this either. Verse 9. Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God. You understand that? And I know a lot of y'all, especially for me, you know, in these last days or whatnot, yeah, that noose is tightening. It's like, nah, I ain't doing nothing. I'm good. I'm like, I don't want absolutely nothing disqualifying me this close to the end. Yep, we paying attention. You know what that's like right now? Think about this, yo. Just think about a whole bunch of rushing water, right? Just a whole bunch of rushing water. It's coming down. And everybody, like, we're all just watching that rushing water come down. Everybody got their eyes on it, right? Coming down. And then now it's just starting to slow down, okay? And starting to slow, and then starting to slow. And now it's just starting to drip now, and just drip. We're right there. We're right there. And all the heavenly host right now is watching, like, yeah, okay. With swords in hands, waiting on us, watching, like, yeah, go ahead and drip. Go ahead and fall. I dare you. Go ahead and sin. I'm going to tear your ass up. They got them thing drawn. Yeah, nigga. Go ahead and sin. That's where we at right now. I'm telling you right now, y'all better not sin. You better not. You better remember that analogy. I'm going to read 9 again. Whosoever is born of God doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he is born of God. In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother. Do you understand that? You get it? It's making it clear. If you sinning, you are of the devil. And if you have any type of communication with a person that is of a devil, you are cut off. The Father, he set the line. He made the bounds. He set the bounds. I hope y'all get it. Let me read it again. In this, the children of God are manifest. So when you are righteous, you are manifested. You're like, these are my babies right here. On this side, these are my children. Over here are the children of the damn devil. Verse 11. For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. And that came from the beginning, from the creation of the earth, when the first sound went out, because the world was created by sound, because God spoke it into existence. It was created by sound. And when that very first sound was emitted, we already knew that we had to love our brothers and sisters. We knew we had to do that. And if you're getting your brother and sister to sin, you do not love them, because that is murder. And I'm not playing that dumb game anymore with people. Verse 12, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother, and wherefore slew him. And wherefore he slew him. Because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous. You see that? You be walking with niggas. And you think that it's your brother. It's your brother who you think is your brother. And them niggas go right there, yo, try to get you to sin or sin against you. You see that? Listen to verse 13. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. Yahushua is making it very clear. Listen. Stop. Don't worry about that. We know who we talking to. And why did I say Yahushua? Because this is not red writing, but why did I say Yahushua? Because remember, the Father got his back turned to us. Remember that. God has his back turned to his Israelites right now. You have been dealing with Yahweh Shai this entire time. And look at he said, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hate you. Verse 14, we know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. You understand that? Anybody that's brother or sister, because it's speaking in the male vernacular, anybody out there trying to get you to sin, or if you're sinning and they are not warning you against your sin, that is your enemy. You are headed straight to the fire. Straight to it. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer, and ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. So it's just making it very, very clear. He's like, yo, listen, y'all niggas know what's up. Y'all already know. You already know that dealing with that person right there, that person is heading to the fire, and you following them. So it's like, okay, being that you follow them, just continue to go with them. Continue to die with them. Die with them. Die with them. Because this ain't for you. This ain't for you. All our eyes are on you right now. Y'all niggas like Tupac. All eyes on me. Y'all like that shit? Yeah. Apply it to this right here. Because that's what's happening. All eyes are on us right now. The heavenly hosts are in the air. You see them with your physical eyes, man. I ain't playing with y'all. I am not playing with y'all. I ain't playing with nobody. I am not giving this up for nothing. Verse 16. Hereby perceive we that love God, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. Not for yourself, for the brethren, for the brethren, for the brethren, for the brethren. King Gino just brought a lesson out last week. Last week speaking about this. And that's what I'm telling y'all right now, yo. For all the righteous brothers, I'm not arguing with nobody, yo. Whatever beef anybody may have had, that is dead. You understand that? Because now all of us are inclusive. We see it. We see it. And anybody trying to argue with anyone right now is a fool. Now, the Father made it very clear. There are those that are righteous, people who are. They're showing themselves. They're manifesting themselves. The Father is unveiling these spirits, and he's showing you that your people are over here. Yo, they crazy. Yo, leave them alone. Them niggas are sinning. Leave them niggas alone. Versus all the people right now that's like, yo, let's keep these commandments, man. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Let's do what our Father told us to do and keep these commandments and keep it moving, because we know that Yahweh Shai is coming. We feel the eyes on us. We feel it. We feel it. And not only are we feeling it, we are receiving tests in these last days. Like never before. Like never before. You feel eyes on you. Like, oh man, woo. I'm glad I passed that one. Right? Y'all see that. So let's continue. Now let's go down to verse 17. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? So now you see this here. This is not talking about the wicked, it's about the righteous. How can you see a righteous person that is doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, and yet you're performing wicked against this person? You know that they need something or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So everybody always think that it's physical. It's like, nah, sometimes some of us, male and female, is like, yo, bro, come here, man. Nigga, come here, man. Come here. Yo, you all right? You all right? You know what I'm saying? Yo, come here. Yo, sit down, man. Yo, what you going through? What's your problems, man? What's up? Sometimes just to talk. Just a conversation. I don't have his permission to say this, but bro, you know who I'm talking to. I said this to one of my brothers. I said, you know what, man? I said, hey, man. I said, I had to call and talk to you. I had to. And you know what the crazy thing was? He was already sitting there waiting to receive that call. And we had a call. We had a conversation for like an hour and a half. And it was almost like the Father was like, you see that? Yo, for one, hey, I'm gonna put you right here, right now, and put you here right now. You know what I'm saying? With no beef, no animosity or nothing like that. But the Father will separate people, because he's like, yo, I need you to do this journey. I need you to do this journey. Because everything has a season. You know what I'm saying? And then when the season come back around, then y'all come back together and stuff. Man, it works like that all over. We can't be any different. It works like that when it comes down to seasons. Remember what the Father said, we are of the earth. So we experience the change of the seasons as well. We do. Just like the plants and the trees and everything out there, they got to go through different changes, physical changes of manifestation and stuff like that. So do we. Why? Because we are of the earth. We carry seed. We literally carry seed just like they do. So during seasons or whatnot, there's times when the trees are absolutely bloom. They're beautiful and absolutely beautiful and stuff, right? And everybody get there, they sit, they get to enjoy. They get to enjoy all of those beautiful trees and all of the foliage and everything. And then there comes a time when they start to die out and then everything just looks isolated. But then guess what? All those leaves and everything start to come right back to each other. Why? Because that's the way that God made it. That's how it is. So I gave this example last week, right? I was talking to one of my sisters and I gave the example, when it comes to certain people that's in your life right now at this moment, you know what it is? And we're going to keep it things based on the earth. You have annuals and perennials. Now we know with certain flowers, they're only you plant them. You have to plant them. You got to physically plant them and they will only bloom once. And that's it. They're done. And then you have flowers and plants that you have planted and you plant it, they go through their season, they die, but they come back. And I need y'all to understand that for some people, they were planted in your life only for a season. They were meant to bloom once. They were meant to bloom once. Sometimes you replanted them, but it was meant to bloom once. You replanted it again. It was only meant to bloom once. And God said, don't plant it no more. They were meant to bloom once. They were meant to bloom once in your life. All right. Now that was that. So now let's go to verse 18. 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. Let's pick it back up. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. So you can't just say, I love my brother. Yeah, I love my brother. I love my brother. You can't say that. Nah. You have to show that love. You got to show it, man. You got to show it. Verse 19, and hereby we know that we are of the truth and shall assure our hearts before him. You understand that? When you heard this truth, you're like, okay, your world changed. You changed everything. You gave up things. You gave up people because you said, nah, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to go God's way. I like that way over there. I see the prize. I see it right there. That's the way we going. We going over there. We going that way. Let me read that again. And where was I at? Yeah, right there. Here it is. Verse 20. For if our heart condemn us, God is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence towards God. You see that? It said, wait a second. Beloved, if our heart condemn us not, then have we confidence towards God. You got to be confident in that thing, baby. You got to know this is yours. You got to take it and accept it. That's faith. You see how important faith is? Faith is more than I believe in God, I believe in Jesus. Faith is when them chariots come through, I'ma start getting excited. When them chariots come through, I am getting so pumped, so amped. Why? Because I know Yahweh Shai is on his way. My brothers are on their way. And I'm about to watch my brothers and sisters that I have been in this truth with. Our bodies are going to change. We're going to see our truest forms. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Do you understand what is coming for us? All these other nations, they can't say that. They can't say it. That is not going to happen for them. It is happening for our people. Our people, the Israelites, our people and nobody else. That is where all the jealousy and everything is coming from. These people know the knowledge. They know that it is only going to be us that is going to change. Can you think about the perspective of them? Think about this here for a second. These are the people that they've done these horrible, horrible atrocities to us, right? They've ridiculed us. They've done just terrible, terrible things. We know all the things that they've done. But just think in their mind, right? In their mind, all the things that they've done, the things that they said out loud, the things they've done in secret. But now they know that the people that they have wronged, that their bodies are going to change. The things of science fiction is going to happen right in front of their eyes, and they're not going to know what to do. Remember, there will be absolutely no weapons, nothing, no weapon that will form against us that will be able to stop us. Y'all have seen the videos of now these orbs are shooting things and they're making people feel very, very uneasy. The world is in a different place. Those orbs are changing the minds. It's changing the spirit of our enemies, because now, if you haven't realized, our enemy is now starting to be a little nicer to us. If you haven't noticed. Let's continue. And whatsoever we ask, we receive of him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. You see that? This is all about keeping the commandments. We are in 1 John. This is the New Testament. New Testament, New Testament, New Testament. You see that? You better talk to the Christian, because the Christian is sitting here telling you that you don't got to keep the commandments, but we are right here in the book that they love so much, and it is saying we got to keep the commandments. In order to receive that life right there, in order to get on this side right here, in order to get that, in order for your body to change, you got to keep the commandments. You got to keep the commandments. Keep the commandments, keep the commandments, keep the commandments. If you don't, guess what? You're going to die. You're going to get a body that is going to endure fire. And you remember what the Father said? In that fire is going to be torture. And he said, I'm going to do it with your own imagination. I am going to torture you with your own imagination, boy. Nah, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm perfectly fine. Verse 23, and this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his son, Jesus Christ, and love one another. And he gave us commandment, and he that keepeth his commandments dwelleth in him, and he in him. And hereby we know that he abideth in us by the Spirit which he hath given us. You understand that? That X's out Christianity. That X's out Islam. That X's out every other false. All religions are false. It X's out religion. There is one people on this planet that the God of Israel gave himself to. Those are his Israelites, Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. We are all the same people. We are all the same people, but we were divided. We were scattered. We were scattered by a system called slavery. We were scattered, but that promise is for you if you accept it. If you keep God's commandments, I'm telling you right now, the Father told you, separate yourselves, come out of her. He said, come out of her, come out of Christianity, come out of Islam, come out of all of those nasty religions, because that means nothing. Those religions, they have their gods. They have their evil gods. God said, I have nobody but me up here. It's me and only me. I am God. Right here, my son, I created him. He's not me. I created him, but I gave him an infinite power. You understand that? But I'm going to make y'all just like him. I'm going to make you just like him. How in heaven do you not accept that wonderful gift? You see that? Y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about that for a second, right? Think about God. Think about our Father Yahweh. Come on, let's go there. Let's think about Yahweh for a second. So here he was. One day he was just chilling, and he said, "I want to make some people. I want to make some things. All right, yeah. Let me make this. Let me form these people. Oh man, I made them so perfect. Look at this one right here. Look at this one right here. Let me make this one right here. Look at them. Look at my babies. They're my babies. I love them. All right. Now." Let me give him some way to live. All right, let me go. Give him some way to live. All right, hold up. All this water, here, put this firmament over here. All right, let me get some land. All right, raise that land up. That land is raising up. All right, we're watching it. Let me put some animals in there for them. All right, let me get this whale. Hold on. I want to make something special. Let me make this kind of dragon fish. Called Leviathan. Right there. Put them in the water. Right? All right. So now we got all this stuff here. All right. Give them birds and little things, ants and everything. All right. Here we go. Now, all right. Let me start making them. All right. Here it is. Boom, boom. Making them. Now I'm giving the spirit. All right. Now, my people are right there. All right. Hey, y'all done making y'all people? Yes. All right. Let's go. Turn it on for them. Boom! All right. So now let's see how they are. Let's see how they are. All right. Wait. Hey, my people. What the hell y'all doing? Hey, I didn't tell you to do that. Oh, y'all not doing nothing. Okay, you know what? You know what? The hell with that. Yeah, I'm turning my back on y'all. The Father turned his back on us. All that joy and pride and everything that he had in us, and we went and just committed all the sin, made us better than everybody else. But Yahushua was like, Pop, what you doing, man? And the Father was like, look at them. I made all of, look at them, man. I made all of them. Look what they doing down there. And I was like, and Yahushua was like, what? You gonna turn your back on them like that? You gonna turn your back on them like that, right? You gonna turn your back? You made them. And then the Father looked at Yahushua and was like, since you love them so much, then you go down there and go deal with them. You go deal with them then. And Yahushua was like, all right, I'll go down there and go deal with them. All right, I'm gonna go deal with them. Then what the Father say? All right, careful, son. Them niggas gonna get you killed.